Welcome to the channel. My name's Rob and I'm learning everything about Norway. And one of the best ways to learn about something, surprisingly, is by its memes. Now, some of these I will understand, some I will not understand, and that's when you come in the comments, explain anything I'm a little bit confused about, but I will be learning more about Norway. First up in today's video, I am speed. So, Germany. Wait, I can explain. Poland, you can go unlimited speed on the highway while I can only go 140. First of all, it's a motorway. And they're talking about kilometres, obviously, when we do miles. Norway, you can go 140 while I can only go 90. That's quite slow. And Africa, you guys have highway. I don't know if this is Norwegian specific. This may be a world kind of joke. Yeah. Yeah, the whole dream of the Autobahn is you can go really bloody fast, but I reckon most of the time you're stuck in traffic. 90 kilometres is quite slow. That's quite slow. No wonder why it would take ages to get anywhere. All right, next one. Traffic advice. You got a little girl here. Please drive slowly. There's a nice little sign. She's holding her little bunny rabbit. It's all sweet. You know, it's dangerous. Drive slowly, guys. How it ended. Drive slow, for fuck's sake, with a sledgehammer. The problem is you can always only be so nice to people until it kind of doesn't work. There is the saying, nice guys finish last, and sometimes you have to put a little bit of authority onto this. You can see the change in the girl. Let's just show you. Look at the face difference. It's a smile. Stop. Slow down. Next. Okay, black metal band visits sick children in Norway hospital. Quotations. It's heartbreaking to see their sad little faces with no hope, said Anders, age 6. Surely that has got to be a Photoshop there. It has got to be a Photoshop. The whole black metal things. We looked at this in the last meme video where you've got the black metal, death, and all this, living in this tranquil little house in the fjords, completely opposite to what their sort of persona looks like. That is quite good. The little boy is saying how sad they look. That is, yes, spot on. A little geography now, because Norway, Sweden and Finland, Nordic Map, Cat Edition. That's quite good. I like that. But look at why Norway's all happy, Finland's all happy, Sweden does not look as impressed. Now, is that really the state? You know, Norway, you know, we're fun. It's all good. We're all glad to be friends. Finland, oh, this is cozy. Sweden, get off me. Get off me. That's quite good. And I'm a cat person as well, so that's even better. Even better. Okay, this one looks a slightly bizarre one. A penguin named Sir Nils Olav was knighted by the Norwegian King's Guard in 2008. Okay, so you guys will have to explain this. Now, in Poland, you had Wojciech the bear, but at least he was useful. The bear carried ammunition to the soldiers and to the artillery. What the hell has a penguin done to be knighted by the King's Guard? Like, what has he done? It does look quite funny with his little badge on his arm. I say arm, he doesn't have, in his fin, his wing. That does look quite funny. He's just like, what are you guys looking at? What's up? Okay, I'm not sure if this next one is a meme or not, but this is insane. Standing on the legendary, I cannot pronounce that, but let's try pronouncing this in English as I read it, letters as if they were English. Bolton Rock in Norway. Wow. 1, quite unsafe. 2, I don't really like heights. 3, what if it was that one point that had eroded enough down the sides to slip down? You would be screwed. 4, what a bloody view. What a view. Where is this in Norway? Someone might as well tell me. And I would say, can I visit it? But I don't think I'd be able to do that. My stomach would be going like mental. Just looking at that view is insane, though. Wow. Norway said what now? So Norway just called the United States underdeveloped. It probably has a point, to be fair. Norway, hang on, right, let's see. In accordance with the recommendations from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, NTNU strongly recommends that the NTNU students who are outside Norway return home. This applies especially if you are staying in a country with poorly developed health services and infrastructure and a collective infrastructure, for example, USA. The same applies if you do not have health insurance. Yeah, yeah. Like, come on. You're probably you'd everyone would be scared to go to a hospital in the United States because it's backwards, right? It is backwards as anything. A German friend once called the USA the nicest third world country he ever visited, and that stuck with me. Nicest? I'm not sure if I would use that term for the United States. So apparently there are 48 cameras in this self-billing shop in Oslo. I've seen these. Amazon did one. There are some shops that are doing this where basically you go in. I think you tap your card beforehand, and then you basically take whatever you want. But the cameras, or there's sometimes sensors. You get some vending machine fridges that do it as well, that know what you've taken out. Very, very clever. Look, Norway is living in the future. Fantastic. Man in Norway woke up to a ship who hit land just meters from his house this morning. What the? Wow. That is a proper ship. Like, that guy is very bloody lucky because, first of all, why the hell did the ship land on the land? And secondly, if it was like 10, 20 meters to the other side, it was going through that house potentially. That is insane. How the hell? You guys will probably know this. I expect this would have been in the news. This looks like a photo that was in the news. How the hell did that happen? Like, how the hell did that ship run onto land? That is, wow, insane. Mum, can I go to Oxford? I assume that means Oxford University. No, we have Oxford in Norway. The Oxford in Norway. Oxford. Is that not Oxford? Scholar. Wow. That is slightly different to the Oxford University, Oxford College, whatever, in Oxford in England. Slightly different. Yeah, just absolutely insane. Because how many places have either it's places like if you look in Australia, a lot of the place names are places that are in England or Scotland or whatnot. But this one is slightly different, but the spelling sounds pretty much similar to Oxford. Well, we get back to the ship because it is shipping packages in Norway. This is basically Royal Mail, but Norwegian. If you live in an isolated place, then this is how they deliver parcels. Basically, a ship docks or slash drives into the soil of your land and just chucks the package off. This is a modern way of delivering packages to isolated places. Norway, as I said earlier, living in the future. What the hell am I watching? Nature is Wild. No way. A village in Norway swept away. Like, that's not just swept away. We have issues in England where, villages or towns really close to the sea, the cliffs are going and eventually they will disappear. But this is just like a whole, it's like when you see an iceberg just being taken away. That is devastating. I'm just watching now thinking, just imagine being there. And the way that the water has just devoured the soil and the houses. Oh my word. But that is the problem. That is the problem most big cities have. Most big cities, they live by the sea because the trading routes and all these sorts of stuff. And this will probably happen at some point, especially with the sea rising and all that. That is just devastating. Okay, next one. Interviewer. So, what's the fastest you've gone on your bike to this little child? 30? Interviewer? 30 what? Speed. Okay. It's basically when you ask a kid about a number, they'll just give you a random number. Let's move on. Okay, last one for today's episode. Laugh all you want. This isn't a sheep prize. Oh, God. That's shocking. Okay, from Nordic Footy on Twitter. So, in Norway, Bern have awarded a lamb to their man of the match. Normally, you might get a little trophy or, I don't know, maybe a bottle of champagne or something. But no, they got a sheep or a lamb. Lamb, sheep, lamb. Lamb are babies, right? What the hell? What the hell is going on in Norway that the guy has been awarded a lamb? What is he going to do with it? Is he going to kill it? Is he now going to have it as a pet? So many questions. And that's where we finish because you have got to answer some of these ones that I'm confused about. Like the ship landing. How the hell did the ship land on the next to the guy's house? Why is there a lamb being given to someone? What the hell happened with that waves coming over and completely devouring the land? What an odd episode. Let me know in the comments down below what the hell was happening in some of them that I didn't quite get. But thank you so much for watching. All the socials are down there. Make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you next time.